20-year-old programmer Sam had always been very careful online. He was exactly the type of person who double-checks their VPN before visiting a questionable site and tapes over their webcam. One day in the early 2000s, Sam had an idea. What if he used his professional knowledge not only for work, but also for fun? The guy decided to launch a small forum on the Darknet. He didn't plan to distribute illegal substances, trade weapons, or get involved with criminals in any way. Sam just wanted to create a platform where people could freely exchange any information without censorship, rules, or moderation. The guy didn't have advanced equipment or the funds for offshore servers or bulletproof hosting, but he moved confidently toward his goal. For days on end, he studied topics on specialized forums, reading hacker blogs and cybersecurity manuals. Using only an old laptop and invaluable information, he managed to securely protect himself and his server. Unfortunately, not forever. At first, Sam's plan worked perfectly, and he quickly managed to attract the first users. The community began to grow rapidly, and people actively donated to the developer for the project's development. Just a few months later, Sam had gathered enough funds to buy a new computer exclusively for hosting. The Darknet forum was bringing him money and was a source of pride. Everything was going great until one evening, Sam returned home to find that the server had gone down. He got seriously scared but reassured himself with the thought that it was just a regular glitch. After poking around the computer, he found that the issue was with the RAM. Sam replaced it, restarted the computer, and the site worked again. No big deal, just a regular crash, Sam thought. He didn't suspect that this crash was the harbinger of a real nightmare. Another 5 months passed. Sam's Darknet forum had been running for a year and a half, and there had been no problems with it. But one day, on a warm summer Friday, he sat down at his computer and saw a strange incoming message. It was just a message, but it had no subject line and not even a sender's address. Sensing something was wrong, Sam opened the email and everything was there. His full name, address, passwords, bank details, personal messages, and photos. The guy was absolutely terrified. He shut down the computer and turned off the Wi-Fi, but his computer wasn't the only thing that had been hacked. A few minutes later, his phone buzzed. "I know everything about you," read the message sent from an unknown number. While the creator of the Darknet forum was trying to figure out what to do next, his phone rang. With a trembling hand, he picked up the receiver and heard a cold, robotic voice.
"Keep quiet. Just listen. I need 2 Bitcoins, or it will get worse."
Stunned, Sam rushed to check his crypto wallet and confirmed he had enough funds to pay off the extortionists. He transferred the required amount, hoping that would be the end of it. But it was only the beginning. Another call came through.
"Thank you for agreeing, but unfortunately, someone I know really likes you."
The stranger ended the call, leaving the guy in fear and confusion. That night, he couldn't fall asleep for a long time because of the swarm of thoughts and creepy anxiety. But at 2:17 a.m., someone knocked on his front door. Sam jumped out of bed, grabbed a knife, and turned on all the lights in the house. Cautiously looking out the window, he saw a dark figure standing near a car. The unknown man glanced at the house, then got into the car and drove away. The terrified guy finally dared to peek out the door and found an envelope on the doorstep. Inside were photographs of him, and these weren't just photos from social media or his computer archives. All the pictures showed Sam sleeping in his own bed. Shocked, Sam realized that he wasn't just being watched from the outside. The stalker had been inside. Naturally, the guy couldn't go back to sleep. The next morning, he decided to go to the police. He described the situation in detail, showing the photos and messages, hoping the detectives could track down the perpetrator and end this nightmare. But the police threw their hands up and said there was nothing they could do to help. In despair, Sam wiped all the data from his devices, packed his essentials, and left town. He called his old friend Max and over a pint of beer told him what he had been through. Max offered to let him stay at his place. Sam felt certain that he was safe now, but he couldn't have been more wrong. A knock at the door came early in the morning. Sam and Max went outside and found another envelope on the doorstep. Inside were more photos of Sam sleeping, but this time in Max's house. At this point, the guy truly panicked. But Max wasn't about to give up and suggested luring the stalker into a trap. After tossing around countless ideas, the friends decided to wait for the stranger's next visit and lock him in Sam's bedroom until the police arrived. They barred the windows, set up several cameras, stuffed the bed with pillows, and then hid in the next room to wait. A few hours later, the friends heard the sound of the door lock opening and knew it was time to act. Once they were sure the stalker had walked into the bedroom, they rushed into the hallway and locked the door from the outside, using a chair and a metal rod. Keeping their eyes glued to the monitor, the anxious guys called the police. They then continued watching the stalker, who didn't even attempt to flee. The intruder walked silently around the room, and this bizarre behavior frightened the guys even more. As the police were pulling up to the house, Sam and Max watched the stranger pull a gun from their pocket. They pressed it to their temple, pulled a note reading, "I love you," from their pocket, and pulled the trigger. Is it actually a woman? Sam thought. But at that moment, the police burst into the house. They went into the bedroom and called an ambulance. Meanwhile, the guys were taken to the police station. Sam spent a few hours in an interrogation room before a detective walked in. She tossed a folder onto the table, spread out photographs in front of Sam, and asked, "Do you know her?" The guy stated that he had never seen this woman before. Then the detective began telling him things that made his hair stand on end. As it turned out, police had discovered an altar covered with photos of Sam at the stalker's home. He had been photographed in all sorts of places, from grocery stores to the gym. They also found the woman's diaries in which she had mapped out a future with Sam and written about wanting him to be her husband. What's more, the guy actually did know her. They had been chatting on his forum for about a year and a half, but that wasn't all. The detective revealed that the obsessed woman had planned to drug him with illegal substances and kidnap him. She had even attached a padlock to the bed so Sam wouldn't be able to escape her. Who knows if Sam would have survived if not for his friend Max and his idea to trap the stalker. Since then, the guy hasn't visited the Darknet a single time, and it's highly unlikely he ever will again. This disturbing story proves that online anonymity does. Well, friends, did you like this kind of story? I've got goosebumps myself. If you did, hit the like button and leave a comment. And a huge thank you for being so active on my videos. Keep it up, and there will be even more interesting videos to come. Investigations, mysteries, and the supernatural. So thank you all for watching. Until next time, bye everyone.